Former Zimbabwe Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Walter Mzembi has called SADC to engage the DRC conflict politically, not militarily. In a statement on his X handle, he said SADC chairperson President Emmerson Mnangagwa has called another extraordinary summit within 2 months, a record in itself, to review the worsening situation in the DRC, after Goma has fallen to M23 and all the actors opposite M23 cited in the Extraordinary Heads of State Summit communiqué below are either in flight, have surrendered, or have sought sanctuary in Rwanda itself, declared an aggressor by DRC government. The conflict is now consuming the capital Kinshasa, with foreign embassies, now collateral, being looted wholesale, with the government showing no capacity to protect them. Conclusion: there is a wrong diagnosis of the situation in the DRC, which clearly needs a political solution than show of force. Africa must think. Exclusionary solutions reinforcing straight lines drawn at the Berlin Conference in the late 19th century are not the answer. Sustainably, DRC needs a federal solution and some kind of feudal economic system that recognizes fully its history before the partition of Africa, the disruption brought by it, its vast and cross-border ethnic and cultural diversity, and contemporary external and mercenary predatory resource interests, etc. Africa needs its own think tanks to present fresh perspectives that can resolve this problem once and for all, and they are not resident in extraordinary summits. Taking representations to summits by governments hook, line and sinker will only result in chaos and further chaos. Deep introspection on a political solution on DRC, urgently imperative failure of which Kinshasa itself will fall. In a communiqué, SADC has stated: 1. The Extraordinary Summit of the Heads of State and Government of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, hereafter called Summit, was held on November 20, 2024, in Harare, Republic of Zimbabwe. 2. Summit was attended by the following heads of state and government, or their representatives: Zimbabwe, HE President Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, Chairperson of SADC. Botswana, President Duma Gideon Boko. Democratic Republic of Congo, HE President Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Chilombo. Madagascar, HE President Andry R. Jolina. Mozambique, HE President Felipe Jacinto Nyusi. South Africa, HE Paul Shipikosa Moshatile, Deputy President. United Republic of Tanzania, H.E. Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council. Eswatini H.E. The Right Honourable Prime Minister, Russell Miso Dlamini.
Namibia, Hun.
Dr. Peya Mashalenga, Minister of International Relations and Cooperation.
Zambia, Hun.
Mr. Malambo Haimbi, SC, MP, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation.
Lesotho, Hun.
Limfo Tau, Minister in the Prime Minister's Office. Angola, H.E. João dos Santos Liberdade, Minister of National Defense, Former Combatants and Veterans.
Malawi, Hun.
Harim Kandawaya, Minister of Defense.
Seychelles, Hun.
Charles Errol Fonseca, Minister of Internal Affairs. 3. Summit was also attended by ministers from the SADC member states and the Executive Secretary. 4. The summit commended the republics of Mozambique, Botswana and Mauritius for successfully holding peaceful elections and congratulated the newly elected leaders, namely President Duma Gideon Boko, of the Republic of Botswana, and Honourable Dr. Navin Ramgoolam, the Prime Minister of Mauritius. 5. Summit commended the republics of Botswana and Mauritius for the orderly and peaceful transfer of power following the elections held on October 30, 2024 and November 10, 2024 respectively. 6. Summit received updates on the peace and security situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, expressed concern at the continued deterioration of the security and humanitarian situation in the country, and reiterated Sadc's support to the government of the DRC towards resolving the conflict and attainment of lasting peace, stability and security in the country. 7. Summit extended the mandate of the SADC mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo, SAMIDC, by 1 year, continuing the regional response to address the prevailing unstable security situation in eastern DRC. 8. Summit reiterated the regional commitment expressed in the SADC Mutual Defense Pact that an armed attack against one shall be deemed a threat to regional peace and security, and commended member states for demonstrating the spirit of collective regional solidarity through continued contribution and support to the SAMIDC. 9. Summit commended the Sadc leadership and all personnel deployed to the mission for their sacrifices, dedication and commitment towards peace, stability and security in Eastern DRC. 10. Summit welcomed the continued efforts of the African Union Peace and Security Council and the United Nations Security Council in exploring various options to support the Sadc. 11. Summit acknowledged the expression of gratitude from His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, for Sadc's unwavering support to restore peace and ensure security in the country. 12. Summit commended His Excellency João Manuel Goncalves Lourenço, President of the Republic of Angola, for his relentless efforts through the Luanda process to bring lasting peace in Eastern DRC and brokering a ceasefire between the DRC and Rwanda. 13. Summit condemned the persistent violations of the ceasefire established on August 4, 2024, and called on all parties to fully adhere to their obligations to preserve peace and security in the region. 14. Summit called for enhanced coordinated efforts towards a peaceful and sustainable resolution of the conflict in the Eastern DRC among all relevant stakeholders within the joint framework on coordination and harmonization of peace initiatives and processes in the Eastern DRC as agreed at the Quadripartite Summit held on June 27, 2023 in Luanda, Republic of Angola. 15. Summit received an update from His Excellency Felipe Jacinto Nyusi, President of the Republic of Mozambique, on the post-election political and security situation in the country and reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to work with the Republic of Mozambique in ensuring peace, security and stability through the relevant structures of the SADC organ on politics, defense and security cooperation. Summit extended condolences to the government and people of the Republic of Mozambique for the lives lost during the post-election violence. 16. Summit extended its appreciation to His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and Chairperson of SADC, for hosting the extraordinary summit and for his commitment towards regional cooperation and attainment of peace, security and stability in the region. 17. The chairperson of SADC expressed gratitude to all heads of state and government for attending the extraordinary summit and for the commitment shown to the region and the sustained cooperation towards the consolidation of peace and security. Done on November 20, 2024. Harare, Republic of Zimbabwe.